CNBC, with what appears to be some good news. Russia repositions troops away from Kiev, marking a shift in the war. Well, this sounds good. I mean, the troops are going to be moving away from Kiev. It sounds like Vladimir Putin is gearing up to pull back, maybe even retreat to retreat his high command into nuclear bunkers. Okay, that being the case, it now kind of reframes the retreat into: is Vladimir Putin pulling his troops out of Kiev because he's going to drop bombs on Kiev? Is that a stretch?
No clue. Absolutely no clue. But I agree with you that it definitely changes the tone of the story to hear that he was going into a nuclear bunker rather than just pulling out.
I do have to wonder, though, if this is just tabloid clickbait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after what I've been through the last couple of years, I don't believe much of what the media says. So it's I think it could be, if he's in hiding, it could be because they've got inside information that maybe his own people are going to take him out because they're tired of losing family and friends in this useless war. I mean,
but is even that true?
Yeah, who knows?
This is the crazy thing about the war, is that for obvious reasons, you have all of these outlets reporting that Putin's fled to a bunker. They're citing this journalist Christo Grosov, who has links to British investigative outlet Bellingcat. But it's too juicy a story for any of these outlets to pass up.
Right.
They absolutely have to. And my issue with how all of these articles frame is, look, I think we should talk about it. I think if there's a possibility an investigative reporter is saying, hey, this may be the case, it's probably a good thing people know, because while we're probably not going to see nukes dropped anywhere, you don't want to imagine you do get someone who's ready to fire nukes and some story happens that indicates it might happen and they don't tell you. You better know. But I'd appreciate if these articles would start by saying it's a single investigative journalist looking at flight paths from government planes.
Well, when was this put out?
The story's today.
And it's by Metro?
It's everything. I mean, everyone's picked it up.
Okay.
So they're all citing this one guy from Bellingcat.
I was going to say, if nobody else is talking about it, then it's probably true.
Yeah.
Because
right.
it's they don't want
scared
you to
about
know.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we've seen all of this media saying Putin's losing. They're like, he's retreating, he's losing, it's not going well. We constantly hear these stories about how his generals are dying, and I just don't know whether to believe any of it.
No, I mean, so I was talking about this with Alex on the green room, or in the green room yesterday, and people have been talking a lot about Russian disinformation, and we shouldn't believe anything we hear about the war that comes from the Russian government. And fair enough, I have no reason to trust them, but also I have reasons to actively distrust my own government and the industrial, military media complex that our own country has. And so we're almost in the dark. Who was it? I think it was Mark Twain who said it's better to be uninformed than misinformed, something along those lines. It's just every single time I consume news media, I almost feel like I'm getting dumber.
Yeah.
So I do want to make sure we point out, we have the story from Times of Israel. Zelensky says he's willing to make concessions to achieve peace without delay, which includes a compromise on the Donbass region. So this is yesterday. It's entirely possible what's really happening is Vladimir Putin's already been in a secure location. They're pulling the troops back because they've won. This is what Vladimir Putin wanted, the eastern region of Ukraine. So no nuclear war. What do we do afterwards? Do we just say, okay, Putin's liable to keep taking these territories and just...
I hear you. I mean, I'll borrow a point from you here, Tim, and paraphrase you a bit. I am not going to get my foreign policy wisdom from the people who believe Jussie Smollett